When people ask me about investing, I like to take a step back. You see, there's not one investment strategy. There's not one particular investment. There's no ad hoc way of skirting around things. Investing is about building systems, and you build those systems in a particular sequence. My name's Karen Newton. I am a business and wealth strategist, and I'm going to talk to you today about moving forward into the new year and positioning yourself so that you can build those investments. You can become resilient at a time when there is going to be huge difficulties in the market. Now, it doesn't matter where I've been, I am just seeing so much advertising and being bombarded myself with what to buy, where to invest. Oh, there's going to be a crash, you need to protect this, that, and the other. The problem is that everybody is focused on one very small thing. And when we talk about investing, very few people talk about the actual foundations that are needed. It's those foundations that build the system. And the system is what helps you survive and thrive in these difficult times. Now, why does this sequence matter? Well, the problem is most people try to invest first and figure income out later. And that creates pressure, fear, bad timing. The approach should be build controllable income first. Then you can invest from strength, not from stress. So the order in which you do things matters more than the assets that you choose. And the first step is building an online business. Now, most people say, but I don't want online businesses. And I will say that a lot of my clients come to me. I work with clients who have very little money. I take them literally from where they are to becoming millionaires. But that requires a strategy and it requires a lot of skills. And the person that I work with has to build those skills. And you do that with an online business. So first of all, you need skills that will compound one on top of the other. Now, you might think building an online business, hey, what's that got to do with investing? Business is your biggest investment. When you build those businesses, you control income. So instead of being under stress because you want to do some investing, but you know you haven't got any money, you are creating the income that allows you to invest. And that is one of the skills that you learn. The other thing is you're learning to be flexible through change. And that's really key because markets don't stand still. They move every second of the day. Those markets are moving. So you need a business teaches you how to become flexible and adapt to the change. But the other thing about an online business is you're not building your local business that you used to have. You're not building, going on a market stall and selling. An online business can be started with no money. There's nothing to risk. Just start doing something and learning. And that is the key. Then you can build the income. You control the income. That gives you the money to invest. So you've got low overheads. Like I said, you can start a business with nothing. An online business is scalable. And that is a beautiful thing about it. We don't have to open up all these branches, all these satellite operations or anything like that. You can scale an online business so easily if you want to do it. And the third thing is that it's global. So you are learning what is working in the market. You are learning your markets that you're going to be investing in. So you don't need to know everything. You just need to start learning the right things in the right order. Now, income alone doesn't make wealth, right? Idle money quietly loses value. And I love an analogy that I got when I was working with Robert Kiyosaki, where he talked about money as being an army that is investing for you. So you have an army that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It doesn't get injured, it doesn't take sick leave, it just works consistently for you. And that is the whole concept of investing. We put things in place that operate behind us, out of sight. They just keep ticking over and growing. So when you invest your profits, we're not affecting lifestyle. We're not saying, hey, you've got to spend 10 hours in front of the computer screen watching the slightest movement. We're saying that you can set everything up to operate automatically. You can carry on your lifestyle. You can control the income that is coming in, and you are growing from where you are now. And I think of investing like watching a tin of paint dry. It is boring, but it's the most exciting way to make money. So let me explain, right? We diversify. I've already mentioned about the business because the business teaches you skills, it generates money, it generates the extra money for you to be able to invest. And it is the stable, if you like, it's the foundation that allows you to move into everything else. But we don't want to be stuck with just one asset. We want to diversify because there's strength and resilience in diversification. So we invest in different categories. First of all, you've got shares. Now, shares give you income and growth. Invest for dividend, you get your income. Invest for capital growth. You've got two sides of the pendulum, if you like, two sides. And shares offer you income and growth. Then we have property. Now, as long as you haven't been stupid and over leveraged yourself to get into your first property, property offers stability and leverage. Now, prices go up and down. There's no doubt about that, which is why you should never max out the leverage on a property. Property gives you flexibility and stability. It counterbalances. Okay, so you can get leverage with property, you get flexibility, you get stability. The third class that we invest in is crypto. Now, that might be surprising to many because so many people think of crypto as a risk, and it is a higher risk than your shares or your property. But crypto gives you asymmetric opportunities. So by that, I mean you've got stable, good, high value, you've got low ones that could give you capital growth. Right? So we have, again, this balance. Everything is about balance. Okay, so diversification isn't about complexity. It's about balance. It's about resilience. And it's about allowing you to build within a category, find the investments that are going to be more resilient when markets struggle. Now, the next stage of this is hedging. Right? And hedging, well, hedging doesn't make you rich. Hedging is a tool that stops us from being wiped out. And the tools we use are gold and silver. They don't replace growth assets. They don't generate income for you. But what they do is they protect your purchasing power. If you've got property, shares of crypto in this hand, you've got gold and coming down, you've got gold and silver going up. That's simply the way it works. Again, we come back to this balance. Hedging is balancing. Right? So hedging allows you to stay calm when everything goes against you. It allows, when cycles turn, hedging protection. Now, when we bring this all together, the one thing that we've created is multiple income streams. We're not dependent on one system. We have lots of different systems that are working to support each other. We need them. We want this balance there. It allows us to make better decision making, because when things go against us, if something's going down or you're losing some income and you're only reliant on one, you panic and you don't make good decisions. So when we create this balance, we create these multiple income streams, we're able to make better decisions. And this system, I mean, I've used this system for 20 odd years now. It's a consistent system. It works. And it is supportive. Now, I was fortunate that because I understood it, I was able to generate 1 million within 2 years, 10 million within 4 years. Anybody can do that. And it all comes down to using this whole model that I'm actually sharing with you today. But investing isn't about speed or shortcuts, although I've just told you, how quickly I was able to do this. It's not about the speed or the shortcuts. I already had the skills and the knowledge. I'd worked in banking. I worked in taxation. I had developed my system to work for me. So I'd already been doing businesses and share investing and some property investing. So I already had those skills. So I was able to do things a bit faster. It depends on you and how much time you're willing to put into learning those skills. The new year is a great time to review what you're doing, make the decision to learn before you rush in, think in terms of systems, and focus on building those foundations. Because wealth isn't built by reacting to every headline. It's built by following a system that you trust and a system that works year after year. Now, in the text below, description below, you will actually find a free newsletter, which is called Strategic Investor. That's where I share what's going on in the markets and tips on how to navigate it. Plus, you'll find down there the 0 to Millionaire membership. It's a monthly membership where you get a live training session with me, and we focus on one asset each month or one aspect of an asset each month. And I help you build that foundation.